Scented ASMR. Hello everyone, welcome to Scented ASMR. Today I want to talk about some fragrances that contain a note of praline. I love praline. It's one of my favorite notes in fragrance. So I'm excited to share with you some of the ones I chose for today. And this first one that I have here, this one is from Lancome. And this is from their Maison Lancome line. And this is Oud Bouquet. There's the bottle with a gold plate. It's a pretty, elegant bottle. And the caps on the Maison Lancome line there. Magnetic, which is a nice touch. And so, Oud Bouquet is considered an amber woody fragrance, and it was launched in 2016. The perfumer is Fabrice Pellegrin. The notes are oud, praline, rose, vanilla, kayak wood, and kobu balm. I'm not familiar with that note. I don't know how to pronounce it. But this is a very yummy, gourmand, rose oud and vanilla scent. The oud in here is super smooth and really easy to wear oud. The praline it's very syrupy sweet, and it gives the fragrance a very caramelized smell. And the vanilla is creamy and sweet as well. And paired with that syrupy sweet praline, they really push this fragrance into the gourmand category. Even with that woody oud. The rose is present in here, but I think it takes a back seat to the oud and the vanilla and the praline. Those are the notes that really shine through. And this fragrance is very rich and deep, and it's very strong. So I wouldn't recommend ever overspraying this fragrance. When I wear it, I do 1 or 2 sprays. But I really love this fragrance. It's one of my favorites. It's in my top 10, I think. I've been wanting to do a top 10 video and I can't seem to get it done because I can't choose, but pretty sure this would be in it. I really love this fragrance. I just sprayed it on myself before I started the video, because I couldn't resist it. Yeah, it's really pretty. And so that's Oud Bouquet, and it's by Lancome. This next one here, this is from Michael Kors, and it's called Twilight Shimmer. The bottle's pretty. It's sparkly. Kind of like an ombre. Like a purple color. I don't know that the camera's really picking up the color. The way it really looks, it's like a purple. It's really pretty. And so, Twilight Shimmer was released in 2018, and it's considered an amber vanilla fragrance. The top notes are plum and red fruits. The mid note is Lancome Oud. Base notes are praline and woodsy notes. And this is a woody, fruity fragrance. You definitely get the deep, dark plum that's in here, and also the red fruits. And they're sweet and jammy fruits. The Lancome Oud that's in here, it's very smooth and creamy and woody. And the praline is very sweet. The fragrance kind of smells like a deep purple color to me. I think it's from the dark fruits that are in here. The plum and the red fruits. And I think this is a very unique designer fragrance. As are the rest of them from the Michael Kors Shimmer line. I think they're all pretty unique for a designer fragrance, and I think they were discontinued. I think that's why. I don't think they were very mass appealing. But I think this fragrance is really, really nice. It has kind of a sexy vibe to it. And it's pretty strong. It's pretty good for performance. But yeah, this is really beautiful. Like I said, I know that they discontinued, I think, the whole Shimmer line, but I still see it available on discount sites, and usually for an affordable price. Yeah, just a really nice, fruity, praline, woody fragrance. And so that's Twilight Shimmer, and it's from Michael Kors. This next one that I have here, this one is from Joe Malone, and it's called Velvet Rose and Oud. the bottle. This one is a limited edition bottle. It usually comes in like a black Jo Malone bottle. And so, Velvet Rose and Oud was released in 2012, and the perfumer is Fabrice Pellegrin. It's considered an amber floral fragrance, and the notes are damask rose, oud, praline, and cloves. And this is a very sweet rose and oud fragrance. The rose that's in here, it's a very, it's a dark and a rich red rose. That's what it smells like to me. The oud is very smooth, and it's deep, and it rounds out the sweetness of the rose nicely. And the praline that's in here, it adds a syrupy sweetness to the fragrance that I think almost pushes this into a gourmand territory. It does have an edible quality to this fragrance. And it also has like a very soft, softly spice from that clove. I pick up a little bit of that in here. And this is just a really, really pretty, deep rose and oud fragrance. Very sweet. You have to enjoy sweet fragrances to like this. And so that's Velvet Rose and Oud, and it's by Jo Malone. And the next one that I have here, this one is from Mugler, and this is Angel, the Eau de Toilette version, and this is the one from 2019. I know they have an older version of the EDT as well, but this is the 2019 one. It's the Angel Star. It's a star bottle. All the angels come in a star. I know I read that that was something very important to Terry Mugler. When he created Angel, he wanted it in a star bottle. And he had a hard time being able to get that made. And so he was able to, but I guess the bottles they were only able to lay down. But now they make them so that, like this one stands up. Well, it's not going to stand up well here, but it'll stand up on a hard surface. And so, Angel EDT is considered a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance. And the perfumer is Louise Turner. The top notes are peony and mandarin orange. Mid notes are praline, apple, and base notes are patchouli, white wood, and cedar. And if you're familiar with the original Angel, the EDP, this is a much more wearable version of that. It does have the Angel DNA, but the patchouli is a lot more toned down, and it's not as dense and as earthy as the patchouli in the original Angel. I like the original Angel, but it's just so much. I find it unwearable. It's too much for me. But I do like the way it smells. But this one, you get some edible sweetness in this one from that praline note. And it adds a nice sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. And you can really smell the apple and the red berries, which make this fragrance smell very fruity. And the fruits along with the peony give this a little bit of freshness to the fragrance. You also get some woods in here balancing out the other notes. And I think this fragrance is nicely blended. It's really, really well done. I think this one deserves a bit more attention because it's a really nicely blended, beautiful fragrance, and it has excellent performance. It lasts all day on me, and it projects. But once again, it's not as strong as the original Angel, so if that was too strong for you, don't worry, this one's not as strong. I also think this one could work all year round, and I think you could wear it in any weather, really. So this would make a really nice signature scent, I think. Yeah, just a really pretty, fruity, more wearable version of the original Angel. And so that's Angel EDT, and it's by Mugler. This next one here, this one is from Parfums de Marly. And this one is called Althair. It's the bottle. This is actually from their men's line. So it has a more masculine bottle. And so Althair is considered an amber vanilla fragrance, and it was released in 2023. The perfumers are Hamid Muradi Kashani and Ilyas Ermendinas. The top notes are cinnamon, bergamot, cardamom, and orange blossom. Mid notes are bourbon vanilla and alamy. The base notes are musk, ambroxan, praline, and gaiac wood. And this is a sweet, spicy, musky vanilla fragrance. The vanilla in here, it smells light and musky to me. And it has a candied, almost marshmallowy smell. I pick up a lot of the orange blossom and the praline. I think the praline might be what's giving this fragrance its kind of candied sweetness that I smell. I do get the alamy that's in here, which is supposed to have a fresh and spicy, piney smell to it. And I do smell that in here. And it's kind of helping to balance out the sweetness. The cinnamon and the cardamom, they add some warm spiciness to the fragrance. And I think the spices are kind of what keeps this from becoming a feminine fragrance. I find that this is very unisex, but I think that when it dries down, it does get a little spicier and it does start to smell a little more masculine to me, but still unisex, I think. And it's a very familiar smell to me, but I can't figure out why. I can't think of anything in my collection that it smells like. So I'm not really sure, but I've heard other people say that too. So I guess that's just one of those fragrances that smells familiar. But this is a really nice fragrance, and it's, if you're not into masculine fragrances, still give this one a try, because I think it's very unisex. And so that's Althair, and it's from Parfums de Marly. And this next fragrance is from Kayali. And this is from their Oudgasm line. And this is Vanilla Oud 36. And if you're not familiar with what the number is after the name, that's the number of formulations that they went through to get to the fragrance that they wanted. So this one went through 36 formulations. It's a pretty black bottle. With the diamond-like cap. I like it in the black, it's pretty. And then the fragrance, or the bottle, you can see through it a little bit. So it's not completely opaque. If you want to be able to see how much juice you have left in there. So, Oudgasm Vanilla Oud was launched in 2023, And the top notes are praline, saffron, and pear. Mint notes are Bulgarian rose. The base notes are vanilla sugar, cashmere wood, white musk, oud, and oak moss. And this is a sweet vanilla and oud fragrance. The vanilla that's in here, it's light and it's musky. It's not like a syrupy or rich vanilla. It's kind of dry. It has a lot of powderiness to it. And you definitely get the praline that's in here, which adds sweetness to the fragrance. But once again, it's not a syrupy sweet praline. To me, it smells like a toasted praline. It's really pretty. I do pick up the saffron in here, and it does smell a little bit leathery to me. Saffron sometimes comes off leathery, and I think that it does in here. The oud is very soft and smooth, and to me it smells like it has a little bit of smokiness in there. But it's a very pleasant, easy to wear oud. I think the scent has a warm, cozy vibe to it. So it's really nice for the cooler weather. But I do think it's light enough to wear in the warm weather though. I haven't tried wearing it really in warm weather, but I think it would be okay. It is soft and it stays close to the skin, but I do think it lasts a long time. I wore it to work one day and I could still smell it at the end of my shift. So I do think it has good longevity. But like I said, it's a soft fragrance, so it's not going to project a lot. So yeah, this is just a nice, pretty, soft vanilla and oud fragrance. And so that's Oudgasm Vanilla Oud, and it's by Kayali. So this one here is a nice long bottle. It's a little challenging to get on camera here, but this is by Kenzo, and this is the flower elixir version. You can see the flower on here with the really long stem. So Kenzo Flower La Elixir is considered a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance. It was released in 2015, and the perfumer is Alberto Marias. The top notes are raspberry and mandarin orange. The mid notes are Bulgarian rose and orange blossom. The base notes are praline, bourbon vanilla, and powdery notes. And the This is a very powdery, sweet, fruity rose fragrance. The main note that I get in here is the raspberry. And it's really pretty. It's not a tart or a sharp raspberry. It's like powdery and fluffy. And the praline, it's sweet. And it mixes really nicely with the raspberry, I think. And that's what really gives this a gourmand quality to the fragrance. It's that praline and the raspberry. The rose is like smells like a red velvety rose. And it also blends nicely with the powdery raspberry and the praline. The bourbon vanilla is sweet, and I think it adds some warmth and some depth to the fragrance. And I think this fragrance is just very cozy and elegant, feminine. Really, really enjoy wearing this one. I enjoy the powderiness of it and the fruitiness. And I think it's really sad they discontinued this one. I think it pops up every once in a while, but I don't see it very often anymore. This is so pretty. I wish they wouldn't have discontinued it. But this big bottle will last me a long time. And so that's Kenzo Flower Elixir. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was relaxing for you. And I hope to see you again in my next video. Take care.